This is wild. $1,300 of the $1,500 that is the goal, and we still have 20 days left to go. I'm speechless. I really am. It's just amazing. So thank you all. I think that's probably the best way to start off this vlog this morning. Whoo-wee! I'm so grateful to everyone. I'm sure that Make-A-Wish will be as well. I wasn't expecting this at all, but maybe down in the comments you need to let me know what our next goal should be, because I think we're gonna do 1,500 by the end of this week. Let me know down below. Thank you very much for last night and for allowing me to vent. It was sorely needed. I have decided that for now at least, I'm gonna keep the name until the end of Vlogmas, because there's a lot of stuff that has to happen to change everything. So I don't have time for that right now. As you know, I'm already kind of behind on this whole Vlogmas situation. Today I thought maybe we would just do a little get ready with me. And I'm gonna transform the heck out of this into something that I feel is more suitable for going out, because we are going out today. I have already washed my face and I used this on my lips, which is the Doubly Defensive Deliciousness by Right Family Products, but it's a local company. And then of course, I'm still working through the Besame Day Cream. I am still gonna do a video about this stuff, and it will probably be during Vlogmas. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick with it yet. I'm about halfway through the tub right now, which means that it lasts a long time, and that's beautiful. But there are some things that I wanna talk about with it. In the meantime, that's already on my face. So moving forward, I am gonna do some damage control, because I'm sure you noticed yesterday, but I got a lot of acne down here from the masks. So we're gonna at least mask some of that with some Kat Von D. It has been a really long time since foundation was used on this face, so I hope it doesn't add to the breakout, but since I've already washed it and moisturized it, my hope is that we're good. I don't know about you, but something that I have noticed about myself is that when I wear makeup, I'm less likely to touch my face than I would be if my face is just bare like it was yesterday. There was a lot of face touching in that video yesterday. Let's put the hair out of the way. It's getting long now, and I can't decide if I want to actually cut it or if I just want it to be kind of a trim. And I also am considering getting bangs again, because I do love a good fringe, as the British say. This Kat Von D bottle has been very well loved, and it is a mess, but I absolutely love this stuff. After yesterday, I thought maybe we would talk about something a bit lighter, and that is some Christmas traditions. And I wanted to share with you a couple of my favorite ones, because I am hosting my family for Christmas this year, and it's the first time that any of us have gotten together since before the pandemic for a holiday outside of Thanksgiving. And then Thanksgiving, it was here. We had a good time, but it was very muted, because we were supposed to go to my uncle's house for Thanksgiving in Indiana, and there was a COVID situation, everything got canceled, and so I decided to host basically whoever could come here. And it was a small group and we had a really good time, but I'm really excited for a few more of us to be here for Christmas. And also, I just like hosting people. I'm really excited to have like my first official get together in ages, and I mean a really long time, because I did host Thanksgiving 2 years ago for a lot of my family, and that was good. It was also in that tiny apartment that we used to live in, so it was as make fix as I possibly could make it. And now that we have a home that is more suitable for entertaining, it's obviously my hope that people are entertained and that they have a good time, because it is definitely long overdue. I cannot tell you how excited I am for it. So when I was a kid, the Christmas Eve activities in hindsight were actually more exciting than the presents themselves, although of course I had presents on Christmas Day and really enjoyed the opening of them and would get really excited as a kid about what is it gonna be and all of that. But on Christmas Eve, we would open a present each, and it was usually a present that my parents had already decided on, and that present was, generally speaking, pajamas or a robe or slippers, like a hat, something that was Christmassy and also kind of bedtimey. And of course they were encouraging us to go to sleep, because Santa would obviously need to put presents under the tree, would make cookies in our pajamas and set them out for Santa. And then we would all pile into the car in our pajamas, and then we would look at the Christmas lights. I think the combination of the Christmas lights and the carols and being in the car together, all of that stuff, stuff. I don't know, it just put all of us in such a good mood. But also, I think my parents secretly hoped that that would like lull us to sleep a little bit more quickly. Didn't usually work for me, but my sister literally be out like a light within, I don't know, 5 minutes of being in a vehicle at one point. And she was also always somebody who went to bed a lot earlier. She just fell asleep really easily, and my mom does the same thing to this day, but I definitely do not. And in fact, I have never been somebody who falls asleep easily in the car. And I remember as a kid literally thinking that if I fell asleep in the car that I would miss out on things. And so I had like FOMO from a very young age, apparently. We would get home and we would be put to bed, and then of course we'd wake up on Christmas Day and all of the typical Christmas festivities. But Christmas Eve was the time that I enjoyed the most. I was a choir kid growing up, and honestly, from about the age of, since I can remember, all the way up to high school at the very least, I just lived to sing. That was just all I did. So as I got older, I was never really a huge churchgoer, but despite that, we would occasionally go to the evening mass, Christmas Eve. The entire thing was just singing. So we would just sing carols all night. And that was the only time that I ever remember enjoy being in a church. But that's another story for another time. Using Sephora. This is the best concealer I've ever used. I probably won't stop using it anytime soon. We are going to contour just a teeny bit. Still using the Kiko Milano. Again, as with the Sephora, I don't know that I'll ever stop using it because it just looks really, really nice with my skin tone. And I'm just going to contour under my chin a bit. Only a touch, because you do too much of it and it actually accentuates. And then around my cheekbones too. Blend this as well. And I've been blending it outward down into my hairline. And then with this, I've been blending it upward recently. And then I've been blending this around and then inward just a little bit underneath. Now, for a good portion of the day today, I'm gonna be masked. So this is probably good enough for what we are doing today. I'm gonna shape those eyebrows. And I saw in the comments from one of y'all months ago, I don't remember who it was, Eggnog Latte again. You said, and I'm gonna try this today and we're gonna see how it goes. If you brush down your eyebrows instead of brushing them up to shape them, then you see the line just that little bit better. Looks pretty funny. Now I'm gonna go in with my eyeliner, and it is the Brow Stylist Definer by L'Oreal. And I don't know, I've been using this for years now, but I like that it has the little brush on it. But now I'm just gonna go roughly over my brow line. And I do have to say, so far, it is a little bit easier to at least see my brow line, but I just wonder what it's gonna look like when I brush these back up, because they obviously can't stay like this. Now, if we go back to traditions for a second, another tradition that I have been really embracing recently, it's been in the last few years, is just the concept of hygge. And if you're not familiar with what hygge is, it's basically an embracing of coziness and of conviviality and just, you know, happy, cozy feelings that accompany the cooler months. And it's a Danish philosophy that they pretty much live by. It's just something that's kind of, you know, ingrained into them. Okay, you know what? I don't hate that. This is good. This is actually really good. What do you all think? I'm really impressed with that. That's maybe the best shape my eyebrows have been in ages. So thank you to whoever that was. If you remember commenting that, then please let me know down below, because I don't remember who it was. I'm sorry. For me, hygge is coffee and candles and good company, fika, you know, which is, I think, the Swedish concept of having a midday break, kind of like a tea time, where you have baked goods and, again, coffee. All of the Nordic countries drink a lot of coffee because, of course, it gets dark really, really early. And honestly, Chicago is the same. It's not as extreme as some of those countries, but in Chicago right now, it gets dark at around 4:30 p.m. Coffee is a really important staple where we live, because otherwise nothing would get done, because we'd all be going to bed at 6. So I have recently just fell in love with the concept of hygge, and that's something that I've tried really hard to incorporate into some of my Christmas traditions. I am gonna use my favorite palette, and that is the I Love Lucy palette by Besame. And I think I'm probably gonna wear a red dress today. So I'm gonna go in with the Ricardo Rosé first, because I kind of always do this no matter what. And I'm also going to use the McGillicuddy Roots to essentially just create a palette on top of my eyelid too. So now I have kind of a neutral base to work with. And I'm gonna go in with the Mertz Mauve and just cup my eyelash. Essentially just create the basis for what's gonna become the wingtip on my eye. Mauve color. I don't know how to say it. Is it mauve or mauve? Now y'all know that I absolutely love baking. And so fika is definitely a hearty concept just for the winter months in general that I wholly embrace. And because I am on a weight loss journey, again, probably something to talk to you guys about, then I would love your ideas for, I don't know, some fika that isn't as heavy on the waistline. So now to give it a little bit of an icy flavor, I'm gonna use Babalu on the very front of my eyelid. It just lightens it up and makes it look kind of naturally like there's a light source hitting it. It's a little bit icy. I like this color a lot because it's matte. I am very much a silver and red girl when it comes to winter decorations, and I feel like that's sort of what this is. We're going for silver and red today. I'm gonna use Bandleader Brown just to accentuate the outside part of all of the different layers here without going a little bit too heavy on it because it's a very, very heavy color. And I think I read somewhere that we want the eyes to be the star and not the eyelids. So that's the reason why I haven't gone too heavy on the color. I just want, again, the hints of the silveriness, and I want a hint of the warmth. So then, of course, gonna go in with falsies. It's really beautiful outside today. So I feel like this is the perfect day to be out and about. And it's also Saturday and it's December. Everybody's gonna be in pretty good spirits. I think it's kind of warm for December. It might be in the 40s, which is really exciting because it means that we're not gonna freeze ourselves to death just from being outside walking between buildings and things. So another tradition I wanna talk about is on my mom's side of the family, when we would get together for Christmas, we used to do what's called a white elephant gift exchange. I think there are other names for it too. In fact, I know there are because Lawrence did a video about how he was a little bit culturally confused about what white elephant gifts were the first time that he saw them. We always do a white elephant gift exchange as adults and then leave the actual good gifts for the children. And so for a number of years now, we go and try to find the most absurd or sometimes even like the most nasty and ridiculous gift to give each other. And the worst gift that I ever received from this white elephant exchange was a pair of disgusting used goggles. It was explained to me thus, that he had found them in his garage, the guilty party, because the way that we play White Elephant is we just pile all of the gifts and then we go number by number and then you can switch once. Well, it turns out that this gift was just so disgusting that my uncle confessed that he's the one who gave it, and it was this pair of work goggles that he had found in his garage already covered in leaves. So he just kept the leaves on them and then put them inside the case that they went in and wrapped it up. And it was foul. Like, it smelled, and I opened the case. I just closed it immediately again, and then they went right in the trash. So the whole point, of course, is that these gifts are completely unusable. And so as such, I'm not really sure what angle I'm gonna take this year, but I guess that's the joy of figuring it out, right? So now it's lips. Yeah! So I'm gonna go and finish this up and then you will see the finished look in just a moment. I did my hair and it felt kind of Laura Petrie vibes, so I changed my mind. I didn't go with the red dress after all. Instead, it's this shirt, which is a sweater, 3/4 length sleeves, and from Unique Vintage, which you already know I really like because it has larger ladies sizes, which of course is what I am. First off, if we hit our goal, let me know in the comments below what you think the new goal should be for our fundraiser, because I am so excited that we are so close already to $1,500. Oh, by the way, you can also give over here if you would like to participate. If you're interested to see where we go today, then that vlog will be coming in the next few days. And I will see you tomorrow for another Vlogmas video. Bye!